Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Project Pan update number 3. We are 3/4 of the way through Project Pan. I can't believe next time I'm going to show you it's going to be the full year mark. That is crazy. And I feel really proud every time I do this, and it just shows what focus and dedication can do in terms of using up your products. I'm excited to go through and show you everything I've worked through. I feel like from like August when I got back in the country and started wearing makeup again to now, I've just been wearing more makeup because I've been interviewing a lot or going places and just doing things in general. So I have felt like I've made pretty decent progress through everything. Also, shout out to my mom. She sent me a little snapshot of her hitting pan on a pressed powder, like completely panning it out. So shout out to you, love you very much. I'm first gonna start with something that I barely ever look like I'm making progress on. This is the Tarte brow pomade. This is just something I'm gonna have forever. I've kind of decided that. I'm just working it in now with like my clear brow gel. I won't fill in my brows too entirely much. I think I got this in like 2016 when like big brows were the thing, and like I don't actually need that much like help filling in my eyebrows. I don't know why I got this. I'm just like slowly chipping away at the sides. I think I have made a big dent like on this side, on the inside. If you guys know of any other ways I can use this, let me know down below. I really just want to use this up. I'm like sick and tired of having it. If you're a makeup artist, that is definitely a product for you. You should get that. This is gonna last you a lifetime and then some. Next is my Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, which I've also made a ton of progress on and I feel super good about. Last time I showed you guys, I definitely started like making dents in all the shades, and now I can show you I've definitely made a lot of progress and hit pan on these 3 shades here. So these are the 2 highlight shades. One of these 2 I already kind of hit pan on, but now I've just kind of like deepened that. As the season has gotten like cooler, darker, it's fall, I've actually used every single shade in this palette, which if you guys remember when I first started using it back in January, I was kind of like, I just don't gravitate towards these colors. This is probably why I stopped using this in general. Even though like when it first came out, I was like crazy about it. I was using a lot of the purples and the oranges, and they do really complement like my green eyes, my skin tone and hair and whatever, but I just think during the summer months it just looks really heavy, and in the summer months I'm kind of like clean girl, natural girl, like that sort of vibe. But then like fall and winter hit and I go like a bit more glam. I'm not sure if you can tell the indents on like these shades here and then even these shades up here. Definitely like worked my way through. I think this one is going to be next to hit pan on, followed by this one. So I'm excited to just keep on keeping on, swirling that brush around and making progress. I've used these 2 shades here as like outer corner shades and then also like eyeliner shades. So I'm being really creative with this palette and just working it in any way possible, kind of pushing the envelope and expanding my horizons. And like that's essentially what a palette is good for. It gives you the tools you need to be creative. Happy with the progress I've made in this and kind of rediscovering some creativity there, and I'm really just glad it suits my eye color. Otherwise I do think I would have given up on trying to work on this one. This is an eyeshadow that I actually decided to work in last time, and I do have it on today, and that is just the Sephora Colorful Sequins Gold shadow. Back when I very first got it, I wanted it because I was following this makeup artist who had just like tiny little bits of glitter incorporated with the eyeshadow look, and I thought it was gorgeous. It was clean but like still had a little bit something to it. So then I was like really inspired to get this, and then I got it, and then I just like kind of fell off the makeup wagon. I really wasn't wearing any. I decided to put this in my pan since I got it for that reason. Why not incorporate it as such? I have made a little dent in the center. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna exactly hit pan on this anytime soon, but you can tell where I've been like dabbing in. Sometimes I'll just use my finger and like pat across my eyelids, or if I really want like intense glitter, I'll go ahead and like fully take a brush. I'll show you today. Today, for instance, was just like a light kind of layer, a light shimmer, and that's how I've been using it. Anytime I do eyeshadow and I don't add a wing, I'll go ahead and add some glitter to it, and I think it's cute, it's whimsical, it definitely adds like a little bit of dimension and keeps my eyes like popping. The next category is face. So I'm excited to show you this one. I feel like you know what it is. It is my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. Guys, look how flat this tube is. I squeezed out the last little bit of life it had in it yesterday. So this is not only panned, but completely done. It's an empty, it's gone, it's done for, and I'm so happy. This is one of those things where I was saying, like, if you have good skin, this is good for you, and I still kind of stand by that. Even in the winter, it's supposed to be a hydrating gel cream. It still kind of clings to my dry patches, so I don't know how much I love it. This is still a really, really great product in terms of just like dewiness, glowiness on top of your skin. It's not the best for like high coverage. This is definitely like low medium coverage, but you can layer it. I'm in the shade Vanilla 02 in case you think like we'd be a shade match, but I am so happy to be done with this. It feels good to have like a big product like this like done and out of the way, because then it makes room for other things. With that being said, I'm gonna pick something to rotate in. I'm going to then rotate in my IT Cosmetics CC cream. I'm between the primer and the cream, but I think I'm gonna do the cream. Yay! First one panned. Next is my Tarte concealer. So this is the Double Duty Beauty Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. This is almost done. You can see a lot of the tube is emptied out. The only thing is I cannot get this product at the bottom, so I think I'm going to keep it out on my desk and keep it upside down. What has been working though is using the pointy end of the doofah and going around like up the top of it. The only thing is, like, I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to use all of this the way I envision, but there's definitely still a lot like usable that's in there. This, again, because it's so light on me, I really can only use it like under eyes. I think what I'm gonna start doing is maybe a bit more like drama, cleaning up after my bronzer, contour, and just highlighting different parts of my face just to really use this up. But it's definitely on the way out. But if you guys have any tips or tricks of like how to get the very bottom bit of the concealer, or even like the top bit that the doofah just simply cannot reach, that would be great, because that's really all that's left. So I'm definitely almost done with this. I definitely had this for a few years, so it's probably expired. Most of your makeup, if you aren't like constantly going through, which I don't feel like a lot of us are, is probably expired. So you know what, okay, I just changed my mind about this. I'm actually going to incorporate another blush. So instead of this, because I feel like I'm going to use this up anyway, and the point of Project Pan is to use things like you're not really touching, I'm going to try to use this Between the Sheets Super Shock blush from ColourPop. It's already hit pan, but this color is like gorgeous and perfect for fall winter, so I'm gonna try to incorporate this instead of the IT Cosmetics cream. And this is a blush I really did love, but it just so happened I started collecting like a lot of blush, so this is something I want to try to completely pan and use up. And it's new to the rotation, so I've got what, 3 months left to try to like really use it up, so that's gonna be my challenge. Still continuing with face, I have the Pure Cosmetics little trio. This is the Moonlight Glow Strobe / Highlight Palette, and you guys know it's literally broken. I've had it for so long. This is actually some PR that Pure had sent me a while ago. I have used up a ton of this bronzer shade. Now it's so light, and like my skin is so fair that it does work really well as just like a light kind of bronzer. It's nothing too intense or extreme, which I like because I don't use bronzer. Like, this was a challenge for me to get into this and start using this up. I have definitely made a lot of progress, and I'm kind of at the point where I can't just swirl my brush around. I have to like really pinch it and get in there. But it's pretty eye-opening that these pans are a bit more shallow than I thought, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to use up a lot more of this as time goes on and just really get into the edges. But again, it's like a creamy kind of like bouncy consistency and texture, so it's really interesting. My brush may not be like the best thing to pick it up, so maybe what I'll start doing instead is using like this kind of stiff round brush. Actually seems to work a lot better. I have enjoyed this, and it's been really interesting to add to my routine and to see how it brings a lot more like color and life back to my face. I'm using this in conjunction with my Fenty contour stick, which I know this isn't part of my pan, but guys, this is all that's left. This was part of my project pan last year. That's all that's left, is just this little tiny nub up top. I've been using these two as like a duo, this to really hollow out my cheeks, this to go on top to bring color back to it. Next, I have this Laura Geller blush. I absolutely love this shade and love this blush. This is in the shade Tropic Hues. This has been something it's taken me a little bit longer to hit pan on, just because if I want like a more natural look, I don't really go with any powders, but this does give just a beautiful, luminous, healthy looking glow and blush to my cheeks and my face. I have made some progress. I've definitely like knocked off the top bit of the dome, as you guys saw last time, and I've just kind of been working away at that. So I don't think I'm going to be hitting pan on this anytime soon per se, but I am definitely working my way through it, and I have made like a pretty big dent on the top of the dome. That makes me feel good, but I mean guys, this shade, like I can't stop looking at it. I'm like staring at it. It looks like Jupiter and Venus like mixed together, and it just looks gorgeous on the skin. I'm actually gonna apply some more right now because I'm inspired. Just gives such a healthy, gorgeous look to the cheeks. A little bit on the nose. It definitely looks more than what I had on, but I feel like people are so afraid of putting on a ton of blush. I'm like, no, I love a blush. You're like, okay, well you just rotated in a blush and you haven't hit pan on that one. I'm definitely working my way between the two. This one might be a good base layer for like a deeper kind of blush, and then this one will be like the kind of brighten to go on top. So I'm definitely going to be creative and incorporating both of these. Maybe I'll do a lot more like ballet cord looks and just be super pink. Who knows? We'll see. Last for face is my Benefit What's Up. This was a Boing and What's Up like duo, but I'm focusing on the highlighter itself because I actually used the Boing concealer up, and I've made like a pretty good dent in this as well. So I hit pan on it. I really only have kind of like the outer bits of it to use. Now this I will say, I've realized like it can be kind of streaky if you just like swipe it on and leave it there. You really have to like work this into the skin, but it does give a gorgeous luminous glow. I'm still on the fence about ever buying Benefit products again because like I said last time, they do test on animals in China because they sell in China, and I'm pretty sure that's still the case. I mean, things change all the time, so maybe it's different again. That's why I stopped supporting Benefit in the first place. I was obsessed with them, but I'm kind of at the point where like I just want my makeup to be vegan and cruelty free. So is that too much to ask? It's really not. Shouldn't be. This kind of falls into the category of face, but it's my Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek, and this is in the shade Work. It's so dirty because I use this all the time. This is how much is left. I feel like I've used a decent bit from like last time we saw this. I've actually been dedicating a lot of my cheek real estate to this little guy. I actually left this in Louisiana when I went, and my mom shipped it to me, so I almost didn't have this to show you guys, but I have used this a lot and I'm definitely making a lot of progress on it. I tend to stick it more to my cheeks just when I'm doing, like I was saying earlier, natural clean girl kind of glowy makeup. A cream product is great for that. Will I ever purchase the full size of this? I don't think so, just because the trial size has been so much to go through. Also, it's a really good size for your lips, and like the big one is like too big to I think apply more precisely to your lips. I'm counting this more as a lip product because that is my intention moving forward. I think I'm going to try to move away from cheeks a little bit more and do more powder blush and just keep this in rotation for lips. Last for lips, I rotated this in as well, and I've used a lot of it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick, and there's like nothing left. Have not exactly hit pan on this, but if you can tell, I'm at the very end of it there. Like there's not much left to it. This has been through a lot. It's been smushed in the cap. I'm pretty sure I washed it at some point. We are making headway through it. I have it on today as my base layer, and then I layered on top just a lighter kind of pinky lipstick. I've been creative with this and using this, and also this is just a great shade alone by itself. I think it really suits my skin tone, and I'm kind of in this point of wanting to have like the darker outline and the lighter lip with the gloss, and not really sure how to go about that, but this is good to not even like worry about that. I just apply it and feel good and great. But guys, that is gonna be it for Project Pan today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my progress on everything. I'm really impressed with my progress. Like I said, it's really teaching me to be like focused and dedicated to fully get through something and just show you how much makeup you really have. Like I'm looking at my drawer, and like this is maybe like half of the size makeup products that people normally have, but I just have so much blush, I still have so much eyeshadow, I still have so many lip products, you know. I just want to find my holy grails and like stick to them. Holy grails, not holy girls, and have that be like a thoughtless kind of process where I don't have to decide what I'm going to do with my makeup that day. I still want my things to be like multi-purpose and multi-use, but not like, oh, what shade is gonna compliment me more. Like, I don't want to have to think about that. I got carried away when I very first started having disposable income and was like, oh, I'm gonna try out all this makeup and blah 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 blah, and now I'm kind of stuck with it. I'm just so conscious of like, I don't want to waste it and throw it away. Of course I'm gonna use it up. How's the best way to do that? Project pan. So if you feel overwhelmed with like your makeup choices or how much you have, I recommend doing project pan because it's gonna guarantee you will work your way through your products. It's not gonna be quickly, but it will happen over time if you just stick with it. Also, I love seeing when you guys pan stuff. So like if you want to send me something on Instagram, my handle is at Earth or Nothing, same as my YouTube. You can follow me there. I do post like mostly fashion stuff there and some other kind of reels and stuff that you can check out, and I'm pretty active on my stories there, so you can catch up with me more day to day. But I cannot wait for next update. I mean, how exciting, it's gonna be the last one. If you want to check out more of my Project Pan series, I have an entire playlist that you can watch. I have one from last year and obviously, of course, this current year. So if you want to see that, check out the playlist. It's got everything there for you. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until then, don't forget to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. Bye. Remember when all of YouTube was just holding up as many products as you can hold for a thumbnail?